Once we created Kreed, dreaming of a perfect universe. You are still in word.
How can one go on like this without losing sanity?
I was really hoping it would never work. I never wanted to play Battle for Savitar. I spent a long time trying to get this supposed expansion to Kreed working. I had to find a pirated copy, a disk image that wouldn't install no matter what I did, let alone run the game. Civvie, you didn't try hard enough, I hear you say. I see you comment. No, I did. I installed an XP virtual machine, but nothing would work. I thought that maybe I was just finally getting some of that luck that I hear about happening to other people, like Zach Braff, who no one has stopped yet. Look at this, English fan translation and everything. There were fans of this, and I didn't know until booting this up the full extent of the problem. I feel like the first guy who ever got exposed to high-dose radiation. Doc looks at him and says, yeah, you got a pretty nasty sunburn, and then puts some of his cells under a microscope. Kreed Episode 1. Like Half-Life 2 Episode 1. Like this was going to continue indefinitely. The Russians were making the same goddamn mistakes we were, thinking episodic gaming would work while putting out what is the most poisonous episodic release ever conceived. I can't even get into the game yet because I need to know if I'm hallucinating something, right? Watch. Nothing's happening, right? Because it isn't showing up in the capture. Because I assume it's doing it to my monitor and not the game itself. So here, I'll simulate this effect for you. The screen is getting brighter as I turn the gamma down. The screen is getting brighter as I turn the gamma down to a minimum of 0.31. Is this as bad as Kreed? No, of course not. Look at this. When you start, you notice anything? The shitty taser that I never use has infinite ammo, but it doesn't say -1 on the HUD. You might think this footage looks really crispy, which it does, because it's running at 800 by 600. The game is running at 800 by 600, and not 1280 by 1024 like I set it to run. It refuses. This is a game they're now selling on Steam for money. That's how I'm able to run it now. Battle for Savitar is brought to us by habitual shovelware necromancer Strategy First, who you might remember from such god-awful trash re-releases as the Liquidator series and Neuro. And I don't exactly enjoy covering Slav jank. I mean, the first time was Kreed, and it's never quite hit the same, has it? And yet here I am spending my own money to get an expansion pack to it, like I think I might have a problem. Hold on, I have to pretend to be interested in the story since someone went through the trouble of translating it. Whatever horror they summoned by doing so is probably nesting somewhere in the Russian countryside.
2269. The war with the Tiglari has been raging for the last 6 years. The insectoid race now control almost the entire solar system.
Humanity is at war with giant bugs and we're stationed on Pluto. The music is still the same. The voice acting? Oh, kids, you're not ready for how much better these fan voice actors are. Like, strap yourself in.
Lieutenant Armstrong, report to me in the command center on level 3 immediately.
No time to grab a coffee, I guess.
Yes, we have a voice too, and it sounds like a British YouTuber from the mid-2000s. This was never released with an English translation because Acclaim was going bankrupt. The English translation is, I think, from a pair of independent British filmmakers and was made in 2008. Part of, I assume, a bet that someone lost. I'm trying to prepare myself properly to head off any comments from the Kreed fans who say, Civvie, you missed the map button. No, I saw it here. I was at first excited to have a map because if you recall, Kreed's level design is very Backrooms-like, in that you'll pass the same areas over and over and still have no fucking idea where you are. Don't worry, the map is almost useless. It's a hazy, blurry, green mess of boxes smashed together that only makes it slightly less difficult to pick pepper out of fly shit. Access to the planet's surface denied, permission is necessary. I guess I have to go upstairs to see that woman on level 3. I mean, yeah, there's still entire sections of the map that you can visit that have nothing to do in them, and... Okay. So to get to level 3, I have to take the elevator level 1 to 2. And now the game highlights interactable objects, which is great. Really helpful. And then you gotta leave that elevator and enter the one next to it to get to level 3 because it was essential that I wander around level 2 to take in all this fucking nothing. They stacked physics objects, boxes all over the place, and they keep moving. By themselves?
A group of Tiglari broke into the terraforming station approximately 2 hours ago. I sent Lieutenant Commander Hansen there with his squad, but I haven't heard from them since. Pick up a weapon, then head to the terraforming station. Do whatever it takes to stop them.
15 minutes sleep and I wake up to this. It's gonna be a long day.
Quit winning.
Pick up a shitty pistol. How do I know it's shitty? I don't remember the pistol in Kreed. I just assume and am proven correct. Oh yeah, it's Kreed, all right.
Damn, it's colder out here than the Arctic Circle.
Yes, you're on Pluto. Hey, clown, what's the average temperature of Pluto?
The average temperature of the dwarf planet Pluto is 72 degrees. It is sunny, with showers likely in the afternoon.
Yeah, okay. The average temperature of Pluto is negative 229 degrees Celsius or negative 380 degrees Fahrenheit. You're wearing fingerless gloves. The shooting, as you can see, has not improved. Damage feedback is like being whacked in the head with a steel beam and rendered temporarily unconscious. Enemies feel no pain and fuck your screen up at every single encounter unless this game has a hidden bullet time feature I'm not aware of. It's the fucking City of Death all over again. Getting some strange lighting bugs here where everything turns white, which might be a clever trick the devs used to make it so you could see anything in Kreed. Alright, we've reached the terraforming station.
The small sections of the planet's surface that have been terraformed do suffer from the side effect of being extremely cold.
Yeah, it's not a side effect, that's being 4 billion miles from the sun. Some grenades which are, as I'm about to relearn, not effective. Yeah, fuck you. Finally, something better than the pistol. Better in the same way that Battle for Savitar is better than Kreed, in that it's almost a lateral movement. You want accuracy? Zoom in and sacrifice your fire rate.
Hell, that's Joe Tucker lying there. Poor guy. Owe me some money from cards, but I guess I can let that slide. He probably has an access card I can use.
Hey, rigor mortis hasn't set in. He's fine. You're getting that money back. Right, I should probably use some of my health drugs. If you recall, they work by being less effective the higher your health is so that you'll never see 100% again. I spend like 6 hours walking around trying to find a door that the access card opens. A lot of these areas are copied and pasted, whole hallways, rooms, so it gets a little confusing. The level design is like if you have a path that you need to take to progress, there are branching paths to other areas that serve no function other than to maybe give you a couple of items that'll replenish the resources you wasted going down that path in the first place. I accidentally pick up the shotgun again, the one that sucks, just sucks. Bad animation, you know, you've seen it before. And I don't know why the fuck they have the audacity to tell you that it is a very powerful armor-penetrating weapon. Like, I'm not falling for that again.
We managed to lock them outside, for now. We'll let you in when you've killed them.
Okay, now we're talking. That's simple. Kill the aliens. Go inside the bunker to grab the shotgun, impotently rage about how it sucks, and then there aren't any doors in here that I can use and no panels that have the little interactive icons, so I go back outside to see a ship crash. Use the control panel in the bunker. Yes, of course, back to the bunker to use the console that has no interactive cue to open the gate so I can... That crash ship had Legion forces on it, and the pilot was fine, as this screen of text tells me. I think referencing the events of Kreed, but I couldn't tell you. Anyway, Armstrong is on guard duty and decides to desert. I am 30 minutes into this, and I don't even know what Savitar is. The base that we just saved has been overrun by Tiglari scudsuckers, so everything I've done so far has been entirely pointless. Might as well go AWOL.
Is there no stopping them? Those brutes have destroyed the main oxygen generator.
Man, if only you'd send someone to the terraformer to take care of that, right? right?
You'll have to get the backup unit online.
Oh, okay, so we're still following orders, not deserting, not stealing a ship to go join the Legion. In space, because they're taking the fight to the enemy and putting them on space crosses. So a lot of these areas are copied and pasted, whole hallways, rooms. No, this is the same goddamn room!
Now that's a big robot arm.
That robot arm is useful because it lifts one very small box that I can jump on to get into a vent while I'm busy doing drugs. Oh, it's such a perfect day. So I get a message from Commander Anatova, who seems to be on board with me deserting because she's giving me directions to the hangar, but the defense systems are online and they can't tell the difference between humans and insects, so I gotta deal with them now too. Alright, robots. Something I can easily believe feels no pain. So the lasers bounce. The robots explode.
Ugly little bastards.
Who are you talking to, Armstrong? There's nobody here, Armstrong. What the fuck are we still Now, you would think that I have to take the train since there's a train there and the power is very clearly on. And you pressed a button here next to that screen and there's a use icon on the train's controls. Well, fuck you. You don't know Kreed. Not like I do. Walk the tracks, bitch. Yeah, this is fine. Thanks for adding a map and not making the combat in your first-person shooter any better. I get a laser too, but it isn't that much better for damage than the rifle, and the projectiles bounce back at you, so that's a last resort weapon. No, it's cool to use a weapon that sends projectiles back at me when I have to blind fire, because damage feedback in this game is like getting a fucking mud facial. Good design! Also good design when your robots explode like an EMP grenade so that any other robots around that one can get a taste too. Lighting bugs help in this mysteriously foggy hangar so I can actually see what's trying to kill me. No, wait, I got hit.
Good luck, Lieutenant. We've received a message from the Legion. They're sending a craft to pick us up. They may be interested in our research.
They may send a ship. I don't know, because as soon as I take off, I get chased by the enemy. Not the Tiglari, obviously not the aliens that are currently attacking this planet.
Human ship, you are ordered to surrender or be destroyed. We are representatives of the Nomad Republic. You are genetically inferior and have no chance. Prepare to be boarded.
Of course. Space Nazis. Yeah, sure, they capture me, and I guess they are a lot taller, but... Wait, I can do that?
I don't feel genetically inferior.
Their lasers are green. I always love to see when a game does something like this, right? Where I run out of ammo for the laser rifle and it auto-switches to the rocket launcher. And you might think I'm being picky, but the idea that your character doesn't switch to a rocket launcher because they might accidentally hurt themselves in close quarters fighting has been around as long as rocket launchers have been in FPS games. Unforced error. Suck my shit. Yeah, this isn't as bad as Kreed because the level design is more compact and it doesn't make you run through a whole level, turn around, run back, and get lost all the time. No, but I still didn't have to go into this room and get blinded and killed a couple of times, because it leads nowhere and for some reason has 3 different elevators. This room is 40% fucking elevators. Alright, I gotta take this elevator down to get somewhere, I think. No, that's it. There's nothing in this room. It's a dead end. I gotta reactivate an elevator. It's labeled in Russian, but it's probably important, and it's got a mission objective to reactivate it, and so I spend hours looking around through these copy-pasted quarters and hallways, and I find the console I'm looking for on the other side of the world. So then I can go into the mines to find my ship, because of course that's where they'd leave a spaceship. No, I'm sorry, abandoned mines. This place is heavily guarded, though. So again, not abandoned. Badly designed? Sure. Full of disparate areas that are either unconnected or connected with fucking dream logic? Yeah, absolutely. Because I take the elevator down to the prison. The what?
Yoda. They're doing things to us.
Uh-huh.
They're taking things out of our heads. Sometimes it's information. Sometimes it's pieces of our brain.
Oh, word? No shit. Join the club.
Hold on, I'll get you out of there.
Oh, they got some Spigs locked up. You remember the Spigs, right? They were the first monster we met in Kreed. All right, friend, I won't let someone else get pieces of their brain taken out and fed to Spigs, or placed into robots as wetware. You'd think that would make them friendlier, right? That they wouldn't hate you? Oh, he's gone. No, wait, I think the bugs are back. No. What? You just keep me hanging on. Wait, no, This is the last level. This had Space Nazi nomads in it. Okay, I found my ship. Maybe, because that's told to me through a loading screen. We get to the Legion base on Titan. Off screen. And now that I've joined the Legion, they have immediately sent me to a Teglari base. You know what I haven't seen yet? Savitar!
Lieutenant Armstrong, this is Legion Captain Wayne Babbitt. I'm leading my squad through the east side entrance. Captain Crawshank will be taking his squad in through the west side. Sorry to leave you on your own, but I know you're a goddamn one-man army. Make your way to the reactor room. Good hunting.
Oh, good. Thanks, Major Kong. I was worried I'd only hear British accents and the laser sound effects they put in the music. Did you guys hear it? I heard it. Thank fucking God we've gotten to a section where the doors I can open have green lights on them instead of no identifying markers whatsoever. But does the flamethrower still suck? Yes, obviously. And the dolphin, and I'd like to amend a comment I made in the last video about how they don't put bad railguns in games and then add that to something that Slavjank does to annoy me. Maybe the dolphin isn't bad, maybe it's just that I need to be able to aim to use it properly, and this game hates when you actually see it and does everything it can to blind you. I don't remember it feeling this bad. I have been wandering around this base for an hour looking for where to go. I can't fucking see anything, I can't...
Damn it, we're losing men fast. Armstrong, I'm going to be sending a support team to meet you at the reactor room. I need you to back them up, okay?
What is he saying? Oh, well, I'm just a simple country Legion soldier. I don't know nothing about no Kreed. I don't even know what to say at this point. You all can see how shitty this is. Wait, no you can't! I'm starting to think the Teglari are responsible for the worst design. Like, yeah, I can tell what doors I have to go through, but there's still a maze of tunnels that don't make any goddamn sense, and the map is fucking useless. I have to destroy the reactor. Here, look how exciting it is, where I shoot out lasers. Damn it, just hit the stupid fucking thing, you son of a bitch. I've been playing this piece of shit since I was 15 years old. I finally found my ship, and I escape.
I can't wait to get home again.
Attention, Legion troops! This is Commander Anitova of the Federal Science Corps. We have perfected a new technology, a hyperspace portal that will allow a Confederate battle fleet to travel to our solar system in seconds. But the Teglari know about it and are attacking the control center at Savitar space station.
Whoa, stop, did she just say Savitar?
You are ordered to divert course to Savitar at once.
Oh my God, finally, I can understand what the fuck is going on. The story can actually begin and I'm not just getting bounced around the solar system like a ping pong ball with less useful offensive weaponry.
Defend the portal and we can win the war. Good luck.
Alright, quick ride from Europa to around Neptune. This is the big one. It all comes down to this. I've got to protect those techs so they can get the portal up and running. Then maybe humanity will have a fighting chance. Oh... Alright, well this sucks already. Imagine replacing the mind-fucking, spirit-crushing battles of the first Kreed with a boring defend the perimeter section, except it isn't better. You're still gonna lock yourself in the armory to regain your health in every... This doesn't work. The AI is too goddamn stupid to move in on you half the time, so you're opening doors to get shot by them because they have no reaction time and they stop spawning for an entire minute, and I walk around aimlessly through this tiny section, which is fine. The game up to this point prepared me for wandering around aimlessly through the same spaces 50, 60, 100 times.
Armstrong, I got some bad news. They have broken through Sector 2. I need you to get your butt down there, stat, and make sure they do not get to the portal controls.
This is undoubtedly the worst scripting I've ever seen for a battle like this. Nothing seems connected, like I'm probably supposed to clear this area before they start ordering me to do the next thing, but nah, fuck that. That isn't realistic. I need to be locked in on this shit. I gotta... So what if I told you that the next room is exactly the same goddamn thing with more places for the aliens to spawn from? And one robot helper that dies near the beginning of the fight. Yeah, I'm surrounded by armories and health, but when the combat is so fucking bad that the game prefers that you don't see it, and enemies don't make any sound so that you might have some warning before one douses you in fucking fire, and sitting around for 30 seconds waiting for 2 more aliens to show up and fine, I'll wait.
We're almost done, but the Tiglari are still coming. I'm going to let you in to Sector 3. Protect our technicians no matter what.
Armstrong, me and my boys are gonna be giving you some backup.
Protecting NPCs that have the brains of virtual goldfish. The robot didn't even make it through a single... Oh, god damn it! I have to go to Sector 3, but because the game doesn't know how to make this battle not suck a fat, throbbing, diseased dick, it's already started while I was fighting the last battle, and one of the tech guys is already dead. No, sorry, I went to shoot up some health and 2 of the tech guys are already dead. I leave to resupply for 10 seconds, and the NPCs here that are supposed to guard the techs are completely blind and do fucking nothing. This is natural selection, right? These motherfuckers can't even spot an 8-foot alien insect with a goddamn flamethrower. What?
Yes!
Yeah! Yes! Yes!
Yes!
Wait, that's it? I battled for Savitar for like 20 minutes and that's it? Why didn't you call the game Battle for Pluto since I was stuck there for 16 hours?
That wasn't 16 hours.
What?
The game was only 2 hours long.
I think I need to get checked out, like a CT scan or something. I'm getting kind of worried about how much time I'm losing.